welcome to Wasatch Weekends and Merry Christmas Eve. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot. On today's show, I craft in the kitchen with Gretchen. We make some fun name placeholders, and I talk to an expert about how to best manage that uncomfortable indigestion and holiday heartburn that you might be getting. Let's take a look at today's weather.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Now, who doesn't love spending time with their friends? Gretchen and I had a good girls' day in the kitchen where we made candy cane name placeholders. Let's take a look. We're in the kitchen, but for a very different reason.
I'm excited.
Always having fun. As you can see, we've got an array of supplies sitting here in front of us because we are going to craft something that is dinner related.
I'm very excited.
But it's much more festive and holiday. So, Gretchen, what are we making here?
I'm very excited about this moment because as you can see, it is all holiday colors. Oh, and I got my nails done, so there we go. We are making the placement cards. It's for dinner, a dinner party. So it's a candy cane name placement card, and it is so easy to do. And how neat does this look at the end? I'm very impressed.
Absolutely. It's so simple, and you can honestly make this with any sort of crafts that you might have at home, or if you really want to go a little above and beyond, which is what we're doing, we went and bought some of the supplies for it. But all you need are candy canes, glue, a cardstock, whatever you want, really, and then just a Sharpie or something else to write your name on it. Well, super simple.
And I was going to say, so many people often say that they have candy canes don't really have a shelf life per se.
Yeah.
So at home they'll have extra candy canes. Like last night when we were talking about doing this, I'm like, oh, I have ton,
Yeah.
So you have that already at home. I'm sure you have Sharpies and, like you said, stickers, and then all you really need is the glue. And it's fun to do.
It's really simple. You don't need a whole lot. So we actually have 3 different colors here. So we're going to have some fun with it.
Yes.
If we were having a dinner party, we'll say for a party of 8, we have a variety of colors, and we've got a fun winter green.
I love it.
I guess you could say Christmas green. And then if you're going for more of a winter theme, we've got this off-white bluish color.
I love that for snowflake.
Exactly.
Snow vibe.
And then also your classic red.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and get started.
Cool.
Now, Gretchen, do you want to be on candy cane duty or do you want to be on cutting duty?
I will be on candy cane duty.
Okay,
I'm all about
awesome.
the candy canes.
All about the candy canes. So what you want to do with this is you want to take 3 candy canes. So, you can mix and match.
I love the green.
We did a classic color. She'll get that box open for you. But also, you basically want to then take your place cards, depending on what the cards look like. Right here, I just kind of folded it in thirds. So I think we're going with the green. I feel like we're going to use this fun off-white bluish color.
Love that.
So since it's a full piece of paper, what I'm going to do is actually fold it into thirds. So you're just going to make sure that everything is lined up.
And by the way, Kim, green candy canes, is this a new movement, a new moment, and a new movement?
These are chocolate mint.
I love this.
As we've been talking about this whole entire holiday season, I'm a big fan of the peppermint. So the
me as well.
peppermint chocolate combo. It's on point.
I love that we're like little kids. We're very excited about the colors, the glitter, the mint, all of it.
Absolutely. So we're going to move some of this out of the way just so we can kind of show you what we're doing here. But we folded it into thirds, and that just makes it easier to make your cuts a little bit more even. And what you can do here, so we're going to keep it folded into thirds, and then we're just going to take scissors, regular scissors if you want to, which everybody should have a pair on hand. And you can just cut this. Again, if you wanted to fold it and make it perfect, you can cut it along here. You can cut that also into thirds, which are kind of even, but that's okay if they're not because we're going to do something fun with it.
They have character.
They do have character. So we cut these first pieces into thirds, and I don't know if you know this trick, but here's a good way to get a nice, easy line. You're
I
basically,
remember that from
Yep.
elementary school. That's awesome.
Yep,
Yeah.
you're gonna keep folding it over and then just make it a nice tight line just like that. And we're just going to rip it.
Awesome.
Super simple, easy piece of cake. Now,
Love
what's
this.
great, we have
Love this.
another fun set of scissors. So are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm so
These
prepared.
scissors have these fun little edging. It's an edging scissor, and it's usually made for scrapbooking. So if you're like at Walmart or a Joann's Fabrics or something like that.
It's wild how good it makes it look. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, we were talking a little bit earlier. I'm like, I should have made my own Christmas cards this year. This is really easy.
It is
And it looks great.
best, right? So we're just sitting there, just cutting it. And if you wanted, we have 2 pairs here. So if Gretchen wants to do her
Ooh,
own,
I'm just holding the candy canes.
She is ready to go, and we'll show you kind of what we're going to do next with the candy canes.
Awesome.
So we are cutting these. So if you look, it's got that nice finished edge, and if you're really OCD and perfect about lining up your edges, which in the essence of time, I am not right now, you can just keep cutting it and lining everything up, right? So it gives it this nice, pretty finished edge.
It's beautiful.
The best-
It's really easy too. And we were saying too, it's fun because this is something you can do with your friends. Children can get involved.
Yeah, exactly. Now the next piece of it is decorating your place cards.
So fun.
I say the next piece. It really doesn't matter what order you're doing it in. We have fun colors here. We've got gold, black, because black is classic,
Done.
and then silver. And you can kind of just decorate as you'd like. We have some fun gold stickers here as well. But we're going to go ahead and get into making the candy cane stand.
Perfect.
Now you're probably going, okay, these look really tall. So what do? You take a candy cane. Doesn't matter what size, but you want to make sure that it's not sticking up too tall, because if you're sitting across from a guest, you don't want a place card to be sticking
Well,
up
and that's
in your
something
face.
to know too, because
Yeah.
dependent on your kind of what it looks like, the ambiance around you, you could have it taller if you have higher seats, but I think for this, we'll go shorter.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and you just break it where you want to. And
Oh, there
I
we
like
go.
to kind of break it, and you can stick them next to each other and
Let's
see
see.
what that looks like.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, so it's not
Good.
perfect. It's like, kind of like a candelabra.
I love that.
I would call it. And the next step will be to glue them together. So we actually have a hot glue gun here.
Yes.
Yep.
we do.
And we're going to show you how to do that. So Gretchen and I were practicing earlier. I think we're experts.
Yes.
Do you want to man the glue gun?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, so we start about here.
Yep. We might need to add
There we go. Ooh.
and just do a line. There we go. Just like that. And it's okay if it's kind of broken.
There we go.
Because you're actually going to stick the next candy cane right next to it, right? And
Perfect.
so we're sticking it just like that. One of them will be the back, and then the other 2 candy canes will be on the side. So I think we need to add another glue stick to the glue gun. And that's the beauty of a glue gun, right? You just kind of keep adding the glue to it, and it just keeps flowing forever.
Well, and one thing we were talking about too, if you do have children helping you, we were a little concerned because obviously hot glue can be dangerous,
Yep.
but it cools really quickly. So, but I would have an adult do this part, or at least oversee it.
Agreed. Agreed.
Don't try this at home, kids, without an adult.
Without adult
Our
supervision.
disclaimer. Yes.
So then we're going to stick that right on top of it.
Cool.
That's perfect.
Perfect.
Looks
Oh, I
great.
love it.
Looks great to me. You want to let it dry and kind of just hold it together just
Yep.
for a couple seconds, just
Go.
like that. And there's our stand, right? So super simple, looking
so cute.
great.
I love it.
Now, best part is to decorate it a little bit. We've got some fun stars here, as you can see.
You can glitter if you want.
You can add glitter. It's really up to you. If you want these to be a little more professional looking, I'd say minimal is better. But if you want it to be fun and festive, or shown that it's made with love from home, you can just kind of add a few stars to it. I'm going to add some stars to mine. Gretchen did a lovely signature there. And
Thank you, Kim.
I'm going with the gold stars. I'm going to add, you can just do really whatever you want to. Just a fun little design there.
Well, and I like this too because you could even have the people coming over decorate their own name card to give it kind of that unique vibe where they feel like they're getting included too, which is kind of neat.
Yeah. And there we
I
go.
love that.
Cute little name card. Super simple.
I love it.
Just place it right in the middle there.
Here, we'll put
And
that.
then we'll put Gretchen's on the other one.
I
And it just
love
makes
it.
a really fun little table display.
I want to see how many people in Vail are going to be doing this year.
Let me just rotate it. There we
Yep.
go. You want to
There we
make
go.
sure that you
In the middle.
There you
There we
go.
go.
Right smack
Yep.
in the middle, and it just keeps your
love
name
it.
card right there. And it's just a fun added touch to your dinner
So
table.
cute.
And
Look how cute those are.
they look so Kim and Gretchen. Check that out.
We're ready for a dinner party.
We are ready, and you know what I love about the way that we decorated? We each put stars in opposite corners.
Oh, that's so funny. Girl.
We are like
I love it.
twins on a Wednesday. It's
We
so much
really
fun.
are. Well, and what a fun, like we genuinely have had a fun time doing this. So it just shows you, sometimes I think people get kind of stressed out about holidays. Crafting can be fun. And this is something fun to do with a friend to get ready for a dinner party. So
It is. And the best part, when you're done with them, you can like stir them in like hot cocoa after dinner, or take them home,
I have been
or
all about
after
that.
dinner breath mint. You never know, you might need it.
I love this. You know, it's you can do a lot with it, but I do like the idea of the hot cocoa and stirring it in. It's kind of, it could be a stir as well.
It
which
really
is pretty
can be.
neat.
And you know, you can mix it up with a bunch of different colors. You can keep it uniform. And I
Yeah.
think that's the cool part. You mentioned you've never seen the
No,
mint M&M
yes.
greens. You can just get all of the rainbow colors.
That's
and
what-
it can
yes.
be not just a classic peppermint theme, but it can be a theme.
I
of
love
all
that
kinds
too,
of
because they
fun.
have bubble gum. They have, I mean, yes, yeah.
It's
The
a great-
possibilities are endless.
The
really.
possibilities are endless. You can change the shape of your name cards. It's just a
I
fun
love
one.
it. I think
So,
it's really, really
cheers,
cute.
Gretchen.
Cheers. I
You've got
love
mine,
it.
I've got
Oh,
yours.
Hey, cheers.
Cute little dinner name cards. We'll be back right after this. Now, you're probably preparing for those delicious meals that you plan to have today because it is Christmas Eve, and tomorrow we have a conversation about how to best manage any uncomfortable heartburn or indigestion that you may be feeling. Let's take a look. I know we talk all things about the holidays and the fun things that you can cook and make with your friends and family, but 60 million Americans suffer from heartburn, and that usually increases around the holiday season. Joining me today to talk about what you can do to prevent it, plus an interesting new study, I've got integrative pharmacist Sherry Torkos joining me. Sherry, how are you this morning?
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, I find this is a very interesting conversation because more people suffer from heartburn than they are willing to admit, and especially as we increase our rich foods and drinks and things all throughout the holiday season. So talk to me about heartburn and really how common is it?
Heartburn's incredibly common. In fact, most people are going to have heartburn at some point in their lives. And yes, as we are into the holiday period where we're eating indulgent meals, maybe eating larger meals than we would normally have, foods that are, spicy or acidic, those can all be triggers for heartburn, which heartburn is that burning pain that you get in your chest after you've had a meal. And it's caused by stomach contents, the stomach acid refluxing from the gut up into the esophagus and the throat. And it can be really painful, really uncomfortable. Sometimes people also get a bitter, acidic taste in their mouth when they're suffering with heartburn. And yes, there are risk factors. Being overweight or obese, having during pregnancy, women are at increased risk of heartburn because the extra weight puts pressure on the stomach contents, makes it easier to reflux up the esophagus. Smoking is a risk factor, as is stress, and eating certain foods like carbonated beverages, coffee, alcohol, spicy things that can all bring on holiday heartburn.
Carbonated beverages for sure, and I'm sure the bubbly water doesn't help either, even though that's the latest trend. So let's talk about the study from the Journal of Neurology. Now, this one is a very interesting piece of information. Without giving it away, I'll let you tell us all about the recent study and what they discovered.
Yeah, so the study with the Journal of Neurology found a very strong connection between the chronic use of medications called PPIs, or proton pump inhibitors, and the risk of dementia. So proton pump inhibitors, they're widely available over the counter, only intended to be used for 14-day therapy. Sometimes they are prescribed as well. And in this particular study, what they found, and this adds to a growing body of evidence, connecting long-term use of PPIs to dementia. And they found that people that were taking these for a 4-year period of time had a 33% greater risk of dementia. And as I mentioned, there's been other studies that have also found a strong connection between PPI use and dementia. And we don't entirely know exactly what's happening, but there are a few mechanisms that have been identified. One is that the use of these PPIs leads to a deficiency of vitamin B12 and magnesium. And these are two nutrients that are very important for cognitive health and for brain function. Also, there are imbalances in gut bacteria and the microflora, which may be at play.
33% chance, an increase in chance of dementia. That's incredible. Well, very interesting stuff. So how can we prevent heartburn or treat it instead of having to take these PPIs?
Yeah, so prevention is key. And if we can look at how we eat, our dietary habits, they do impact our digestive health. So if we're having smaller meals, chewing our food more thoroughly, more carefully, more slowly, that is going to improve digestion and reduce the risk of having gas, bloating, and heartburn after a meal. So that's very helpful. Also, I would suggest looking at a good quality digestive enzyme. Digestive enzymes help to break down the protein, carbohydrates, and fats in a meal. I take one with most of my main meals called Digest Gold. Very effective throughout the entire digestive tract. Again, helping to break down the nutrients, the foods into nutrients, so you get better absorption and less likely to have food lingering around causing problems in the gut. The other thing I would recommend, rather than taking a drug to treat heartburn, is to look at a natural solution. And the one that I often recommend is called Heartburn Soothe, and it's by a company called Enzymatica. And Heartburn Soothe is unique from other heartburn remedies that you might see out there in that it combines two very powerful natural ingredients, alginate and prickly pear cactus. And the alginate actually works, it forms a gel-like barrier, almost like a raft on the top of the stomach, preventing the acids from refluxing up into the esophagus. And the prickly pear cactus, it's very soothing to the intestinal tract. It's very protective, very healing. It helps to rebuild the gut lining, which is often damaged by stomach acids. So this heartburn soothe is great because you just take it right after a meal, 2 chewable tablets, and it works very quickly. So that's a great remedy for managing the heartburn. I would also suggest that instead of laying down or retiring to the couch after you've had a big meal, that you stay upright, go for a light walk, nothing too vigorous, but just some light activity that can help to improve digestion. When you lay down after a big meal, it causes problems for digestion and makes it easier for food to travel back into the esophagus and stomach acids. So staying upright can make a big difference.
Well, Sherry, I know that I'll be sharing this conversation with my friends and family, so I appreciate all of your knowledge. Where can we go for more information if we didn't catch all of it in the interview?
So you can check out my website. It's sherrytorkos.com. SherryTorkos. If you check out sherrytorkos.com, I have posted my tips for tackling holiday heartburn with lifestyle tips and also my supplement recommendations.
We appreciate it. Very helpful information, especially during the holiday season and just good practices in life in general. So thank you, Sherry. We appreciate all that you shared with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
This weather report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Well, it's been quite a pleasure to spend your Christmas Eve morning with you. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot. We talked about candy cane placeholders and heartburn and indigestion, two very important things on this wonderful holiday weekend. Stay tuned, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. Merry Christmas.